Welcome to the Organic Roads Allotment. Now, today we are in the polytunnel because it's raining really hard outside. I think the weather today is going to be rain showers up until about perhaps 3 o'clock. It's about, so right now it's about sort of just before 2 o'clock. And what I want to do is to pile up this compost. This is rotted down manure, and I have a rotted down manure pile already created. So I'm gonna take all of these bags and actually put it in that pile. But before I do that, I've got loads of these small pots that I've used for small peppers from last year. And what I want to do is just quickly get all of the compost of this out of these pots, and then I can then start cleaning up the general sort of compost. Hopefully the rain will just give us a little bit of break, so I can take all of this and pile it up on my compost heap. Okay, so let's get going. This year I'm a little bit behind. Last year by this time I would have already sorted out my compost, and I would have actually just been waiting for the weather to become slightly warmer so I can then get all of my seedlings back in here. So, but we will see how the season goes. There's still time. Some of these that I'm pulling up, these are chilies that didn't actually make it. They didn't make it through the overwintering process. I wanted to overwinter some of the chilies in here, but it turned out that -6 was just too much for them. I knew some of them would not survive if I didn't have enough space at home to put them in. But when you don't have a heated polytunnel, you cannot overwinter things that loves a lot of warmth. For the chilies to remain alive, we need them to be at least at about 21 degrees. 21 degrees is germination temperature for most peppers, but to keep this polytunnel at 21 degrees through the winter is a big ask, right? So let's see what this looks like in a few minutes. Thank you very much for watching. Okay, just take some of these weeds out first, and then we can take it out. Okay, let's put all of this onto the compost, and then we can start to clear out the polytunnel. So as you can see, the one that I'm putting here has got really good sort of mulch in it as well. So what I'm gonna do is mix this, distribute some of this to the beds, and I'm gonna create a bed here. So when the season starts, I got plenty of space to put everything. Okay, let's take a look at what I have in the polytunnel. Put it in the wheelbarrow, bring it back here. Let's put this on our compost pile. Most of this is going to be reused to fill up the bags again. I'm just mixing it in with the ones that have not been used from last year. So this part is used. I'm gonna mix it in with this one here, which is completely new, unused. And then the season starts again. And if you're new to our channel and you want to see what we would be growing this year and how it will all go, subscribe to our channel, and then you will see a lot of the action involving using all of this compost and how I enrich my compost, and what I'm going to do with this space here where there's now just a pile of compost. I am sure I'm going to be using all of this. So we'll see you in the polytunnel. And if you are watching us on TikTok, where obviously we have to keep our videos short. If you're watching us on TikTok, where we have to keep our video short, go to our YouTube channel, where there's a much longer video that you could watch and see what we do on the allotment and how our season went, what we're planning on actually like growing the next season. Okay, back to work. All right, guys, we're getting there with the polytunnel. So all I have to do now is pile some of this wood chip onto one side of the polytunnel, and I'll leave it there for today, because what I want to do is, once I get another chance, perhaps another weekend, is to dig this out a little bit. What I've noticed is I was growing most of my plants, I was having a little bit of trouble standing up within the polytunnel. So we'll see how everything goes. I've been toying with the idea of digging this out and building kind of raised bed within the polytunnel itself, because the bags that I was growing my tomatoes and chilies in, they're so high, they're about sort of 40 centimeters, and I think that adds kind of a complication to the plants actually like coming up against the polytunnel itself. So you could see, if I stand up straight, I'm not actually able to stand within the polytunnel. And this year, I do want to actually like remedy that. So all of these slabs are going. I'm hoping I can take those slabs out today, so that gives me a chance to actually like have a good workspace next time I come around. Okay, so we put our slabs here. We'll just pile up on the side of the polytunnel here. Well, taking them out isn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be. And there isn't many of them. I think I put in 8 or maybe 7. We'll see. So far I've taken them out. I've taken out 2. There's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so there are 7s in here. We are now about 30 minutes in from where we ended, and this is now how the polytunnel is looking. So all I'm doing now is just making sure I rake all of these wood chips off the ground and push it in that corner there, and I'm going to get a wheelbarrow and move them somewhere. I won't do it today because it's raining outside, and I've just kind of run out of time as well. But the polytunnel is now looking ready for me to actually get to the next step, and the next step is for me to get like sort of like at least about 30 centimeters of this soil out, and just give myself like about that much more space, much more headroom, and wash the plastic. I'm not really going to do much with this here on this side, because my plan is I'm going to put another door this side. So I'm gonna put a sort of like a wooden pillar here, kind of like exactly like a door frame. What I'm looking to do is to put a vent here, you know, one of those vents that you could actually like open and close. So I'm going to put it between 2 little piece of wood, okay, so that I can screw it on there, and when it's hot, on hot days, I'll open this vent and open the other vent, and hopefully that way the polytunnel would not overheat like what I've actually experienced last season. Last season the temperature got up to 50 degrees in here, or sometimes even 55, which is just, it wasn't good for my tomatoes at all. Okay, so let's finish off this sort of raking, and we'll be done. We'll be going home. Okay, so if I position the camera here, so all we have now is just this. I've got a renewed sense of energy, because I know this is the last job I need to do. All the other jobs that I had to do were very energetic type jobs. So I'm a little bit tired now. So I'm not really doing anything more with it other than just piling it up here so I can wheelbarrow it out next time I'm here. So as you can see, I can just get the wheelbarrow in here, put it in, take it out, and then I'll have space to dig this out. This is actually quite useful stuff. So just in case you're wondering what I'm going to do with this used wood chip, I'm going to pile it up, and once I've made a decision, which I'm gonna have to make very quickly, on whether I'm going to actually use the grow bags again, or whether I'm going to actually put a sort of like a raised bed on one side. You could imagine that raised bed. So if I just position this, so you could imagine the raised bed being just sort of like lining up with this door pillar here all the way to the other side, and there will be another door pillar on the other side, and this whole bed here will be for my tomatoes, and on the other side that whole bed will be for my chilies, or vice versa. I'm not really bothered. What I realized last year also, that I could grow my my tomatoes perfectly outside. All of the new varieties that I tried to grow, like the San Marzano, red cherries, well, not red cherries, purple Cherokee, all of those new varieties grew perfectly outside of a polytunnel. So fingers crossed, if the weather is anything like last year and the climate is a bit more stable like last year, then we can grow all our tomatoes outside. But just so that we don't get caught out, I'm going to put chilies and tomatoes inside, and tomatoes outside as well, and some chilies outside, just to see whether they'll do good. I mean, some people have already told me I'm wasting my time growing the chilies outside. However, some of the chilies that I, 2 or 3 plants that I put outside actually produce fruit. So the one I put, the chilies that I'll put outside, just to save space in here, would be in the grow bags. So just in case it started actually becoming, you know, too wet, not very warm outside, I can move them in here. All right, too much talking. I think I'm just happy because this is finally done. Okay, so let me quickly show you what we've done. Okay, this is all the material that we got out of a polytunnel. So this is what the polytunnel looks like. It's plenty of growing space on the right here and on the left of a polytunnel. And like I said, I'm putting a door at the end there, so I might not need to actually buy another plastic. I might just need to actually like put a door at the end there, tighten up the plastic that I already got. And because I'm digging this the inside out, so that it's kind of the same height as the outside of the polytunnel, I'm hoping that I can leave the middle path here a lot sort of like deeper than the beds on either the left or the right. My thinking is that will give me more headroom, because there's already a little bit more headroom since I've actually removed the slabs, and that was just about that much space that I've given myself. So I'm optimistic that once I've actually done exactly what I'm thinking of doing, there's going to be plenty of space in here. All of my compost that were in bags similar to this, I've left this one in because I don't have the seeds for this current red tomatoes. So I'm hoping those will actually like seed themselves. There's plenty of them in there. So it's this type of little tomatoes. They were absolutely lovely, and I'm looking forward to growing them again this season. All of my compost from the polytunnel are now here. The reason I haven't covered them is already with the rain. I want them to actually like get a little bit of moisture to encourage all of the worms to be working on this. And then, yeah, and then we are done. So within a few minutes, I'll come up and cover this and just put some bricks on either side to stop it. Oh, whilst I'm at it, I might just as well show you my garlics. They seem to be doing really, really well. Path is done, check. I can now actually like go through the allotment without getting my feet muddy. So that's one job done. Compost piled up, check. All I have to do now is just add some extra nutrients on those, extra minerals. So my bags, I'll leave them there for now. Just let the rain actually wash them out. Polytunnel, done. Happy with the progress we've made today.